So you have recently failed your DSA coding interview and now you are feeling sad and depressed, right? Wait, I will show you something. Did you see that Amazon t-shirt? Do you know how much I have cried alone in a room to get a off-campus job? Specifically job at places like FANG, Amazon. Countless times. Guys, I failed in JEE, okay? And that's why I had to join a Tier 4 college. So guys, I was really weak at mathematics, aptitude, and I did not even know the basics of coding. In college there was no one to guide, no senior to guide. And in the final year also I got no placement from college because COVID situation was there 5-6 years ago. It was really problematic. I was having some other personal problems as well. And then I was very sad and depressed because, I was getting no jobs and I was not able to improve in DSA, coding, OA, CP, and many more things. I was weak at full stack development as well. So everything was just stacked against me. Coming to the interviews, you might be feeling very sad for failing your recent coding interview. But you know what? Even though I did so much coding practice and so much improvement as I could do, I still failed just a 3 to 4 LPA interview as well of Accenture. So you can imagine how bad I must be feeling. I kept on giving interviews at many places. I failed in Fangam as well. So I was just failing all the freaking time. But what happens after few months, few weeks after that? Well, from nothing to off-campus SD offers from Media.net and Amazon I get. And in 2021 Amazon was paying the highest possible package for freshers in India. So you can see that I went from nothing to top. So this thing should be very clear in your mind that if a person like me can do it, then you can also do it. You should not give up no matter what's happening. So guys, some points which you should remember if you have failed your DSA coding interview. First thing guys, you should know that failure is the stepping stone to success. It is the best thing that could have ever happened to you. Right now it does not feel like that guys. But soon you will understand that this was the ultimate truth for you. You need to stay alone and you need to practice. You need to analyze in detail what mistakes you are doing. And you need to practice the topics and the subtopics in which you are weak at. Maybe in hashing, you are weak in the problems where I2J sub-array concept is used or some mathematical trick is getting used. You need to analyze deeply where you are weak. And if needed, you should seek out the mentors who can analyze your position and tell you what you are lacking so you can improve upon that. In my case as well, I remember a girl, I will not take her name here, but she really helped me with the coding interview etiquette because she had experience of lots of interviews. So still to this day, I would like to thank her. If she wasn't there at that time, I would not be getting the right guidance. Yeah, her name was Tanya. Now, guys, other important thing which I wanted to tell you people is that there are multiple coding interview etiquette which you people need to follow. But many of the people don't even have idea about it. So even if you solve the DSA coding question properly in the interview, still you will fail. Still you will fail because these days the interviewers are very strict and they have lots of expectations from you. Okay? So what are the coding interview etiquettes? The first very important thing guys is that you need to listen to the person when the interview is going on. Okay, you need to have that emotional quotient EQ. You need to understand what type of person it is. Is it a person who is in hurry, or is he or she a person who is frustrated or happy? Do they want the solution code quickly, or do they want the approach they want to listen the approach in detail, or what kind of person they are. Depending on the kind of person they are, you need to act like that in the interview, guys. That's the key. Most people forget to read the interview, so make sure you do it properly. Now, whenever you're writing the code in the coding interview, they are giving you some, white space, the code editor or something to write your thoughts down, to write your code down. Always use proper variable naming. Many of you guys use, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K variables like that to save time. But guys, in a coding interview, you need to use proper variable names. For example, if in the question it's saying that array is storing some packages, then instead of declaring it as vector int a, you should write it as vector int stores in C++. Similarly for Java, Python. Okay, so those things you need to take care of. Now guys, you need to use appropriate functions as well. See, wherever the functions are needed, you should be adding them in the code so that your code looks properly structured and the oops concept is getting used properly in your code. These things are very, very important. See, the garden is so nice, right? Children playing cricket there. Now guys, the next thing I would like to say is that always follow the indentation. Very, very important, specifically for Python, and explain each line of code while you are writing the code in the interview. So many students do this mistake as well. They don't explain each and every line of the code. Say you are writing some line of code. So as you write the line of code, you need to explain to the interviewer also what is happening in that line. You need to be in the sync with the interviewer. Many of you guys write the code very silently. And then you say to the interviewer, sir, I am done. No, that does not leave a good impression. Please understand. Okay. Also guys, be in the sync with the interviewer. हमेशा make sure करो कि जो आपने सोचा है, आपने वो इंटरव्यूअर को पहले बोल के समझाया है. जब उसको बोल के समझा रहे हो तो वही चीज़ों के जो इंपॉर्टेंट 2-3 लाइंस है ना, वो जो वाइट स्पेस दिया उसमें लिख के रखो, ठीक है, एडिटर के ऊपर. और इंटरव्यूअर से कंफर्म करो, सर डू यू अग्री विद दिस, इज इट ओके. ओनली व्हेन द इंटरव्यूअर गिव्स यू एक्नॉलेजमेंट, हाँ भाई साहब सब सही है, यू आर डूइंग इट ऑल राइट, then only you should ask to the interview, can we move to the implementation coding part. That gives a good impression. Interviewer को भी लगता है कि okay, when he works in our team in the project, he will discuss all the requirements, assumptions carefully, and then only he will start the implementation, or she will start the implementation. So never forget these small important things, they will take you a long tip. Now guys, the next thing would be that ask all your doubts / assumptions / requirements from the interviewer in the start only. Like, sir, what will be the maximum possible size of array? Can there be negative elements in the array? Can the size of the array or the other parameters given, can they be 1, 0 or negative? Like this, you need to ask the important things to the interviewer, okay? Or else you can go towards the wrong solution. Also guys, you always need to discuss and think of the corner cases that makes up a good impression on the interviewer. And even though you are writing the code now, once your code writing is done, let's say you have explained everything properly and you have written the code also properly, don't submit the code, okay? Many times what happens is that they don't have. So guys, the next thing I would like to say is that you should try to discuss multiple approaches and solutions in the interview, okay? That way interviewer will get a good impression out of you. And you should discuss the time complexity and the space complexity of all the different solutions which you have discussed with the interview. And you also need to discuss the trade-offs, like in which solution the time complexity is better, in which solution the space complexity is better. Also guys, you should never give up on the basics. Like, you should know the DSA theory very well, okay? Many times it has happened that in the interview they tell the students to implement max heap or min heap from scratch. So if you don't know the fundamental concepts and the basic implementations of all data structures, you can land into an issue. This happens with competitive programmers a lot because they're very dependent on inbuilt functions, okay? Now guys, one extra tip which I would like to give you is that do that extra dry run. Extra dry run guys is very, very important. Now what is the meaning of extra dry run? Well, once you are done with the coding part and the interviewer is agreeing with your code for now, you need to go through each line of code again with an example input, and you need to explain how your code will give the correct output. If you do this for 1 to 2 test cases, the interviewer will be very, very happy. All this increases your chances of selection. Many of you people are not doing all these things. That's why you're not getting selected. The more package the company is going to pay, the higher the bar will be, and they will be expecting all these things from you. So you should be very, very careful about all these things. The next thing is that you need to have a good human connect with the interviewer. Never start arguing with the interviewer. Learn the art of speaking, learn the art of communication. Okay? And guys, in the final, what happens is that finally during the hiring debrief, 2-3 people are going to meet each other in a meeting, and they are going to decide whether to hire you or not, and they are going to go through the code which you have written. That's why I'm saying that in the white space or the editor they give you, try to write as many English statements there, as many mathematical formulas, input, output and explanations there, and then the code. Then the whole thing looks very, very nice to the hiring committee and the hiring managers, and they think that yeah, you know your stuff. But if you only write the code in that white space given to you, that's all the data they have after the interview, then how will they be impressed? If you want to properly impress them, nice cat there. If you want to properly impress them, fill that white space given to you. Many of the students don't know these tricks. Please do these things properly. Now guys, the final thing. Students do problem here also. They do mistakes here. Ask something to the interviewer. Guys, asking something to the interviewer is very, very important. They always, in the end say, do you have some question for me? Guys, you need to ask good quality questions to them. Like, how has your journey been in this company? And many more, like in which team do you work? What are the interesting parts of it? You need to show a genuine interest in the interviewer and their company, so that, interviewer feels that you're a well-grounded person. You are here with the right intentions. So please do all those things as nicely as you can. Now guys, let's go to some other parts, okay? Guys, you need to use some logic and do company specific preparation and do thorough research. Like, you're going to give Amazon interview, you should know that they're going to ask you all the hard variations and many different types of questions of binary tree, BST, hashing, 2 pointers, okay? Similarly, if you're going for the interview of Google, you should know that dynamic programming and graphs will be involved in a very easy to hard way. So you need to do company specific preparation. Do general preparation at home, but when the XYZ company interviews coming, do the proper research of it on LeetCode Discuss, GFG, even my Desi Q&A website, and go through all the recent interview experiences. If you know some people on LinkedIn or in your network who are giving interview of those companies, ask them what are the recent questions asked, because you are going to get asked similar type of questions only. Be very, very active on LeetCode Discuss and Reddit as well if you are getting the interview question answers of them. Okay, Ram Ram. So guys, the last 2 things which I want to talk about is that you need to fight back. Don't bring past in future, okay? So many students, what they do is that when they are now going to give the new interview, they will think like how badly they failed in the past. It happens in engineering entrance exams also. People giving JEE second time, even though they have prepared nicely, they think what has happened in the first time in the past, it might happen again. So guys, you need to come out of that depression, negative mindset. क्या ही हो जाएगा ज़्यादा, फेल ही हो जाओगे ना? Okay, you are not going to die. You will have food to eat. You will be having some shelter to live, most probably. Okay, so give it with a relaxed mindset. Make God the center of your life. Like half hour to 1 hour, you need to do your duties towards God daily. That includes prayer. That includes devotion to God as well. In every ingoing and outgoing breath, you need to take the name of God, Ram, like this. So you reach Amarlok and Moksha. Next thing guys, keep applying a lot and don't give up. Make improvements in yourself. No matter what has happened, just keep on applying. Everything is just a maths and probability principle. Okay, if you apply a lot and if you prepare a lot, guys, somewhere you are going to win. Some interview you are going to pass. So don't give up. Keep trying in on campus as well as off campus. And if you want more videos like this, like I can say on this, speak on these topics for 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 8 hours, okay? 8 to 10 hours, but for now I'm keeping it short. Hopefully I covered all the important points. There is a video of mine which explains what mistakes not to do in DSA coding interview. I will link it in the description. You guys can watch it. Ram Ram. Hope you guys got the value you wanted from it. Ram Ram.